Hey, good morning. I thought I would throw together a video on balancing chemical equations as to why we do it. It has to do with conservation of mass because, as you know, matter is neither created nor destroyed, it just changes state. Or we also know that atoms will break apart from bonds and they will reform into something else. So if you have solid sodium and you combine it with gaseous chlorine, then you get solid table salt that looks nothing like what you started with. You know that chlorine is poisonous. You know that sodium in water will explode. But yet, when the two combine, they make something that we need for life. So I'm going to move me out of the way over here. And we're just going to talk the basics here real quick. So we know that matter and atoms are not created or destroyed. As you know, sometimes my ability to do a text box doesn't always work. Let me try this again. There we go. During a chemical reaction, scientists know that there must be equal I'll post the key later. So equal numbers of atoms on each side of the equation. To balance chemical reaction, you must add coefficients. So all right, we're just going to not do that. You're going to add coefficients. Go. All right. In front of the chemical formula in the equation, you cannot add or change subscripts. So that's a huge no-no. You don't ever do that. So the way you look at balancing a chemical reaction is first you have your chemical reaction. So you have Mg plus O2 yields MgO. So the next thing that you do is you list out each element in the order that they appear on the reactant side. So we have 1 magnesium and we have 2 oxygens on this side. And on this side we have 1 magnesium and 1 oxygen on that side. So as you can see, the oxygen, there's two on this side, but there's only 1 on this side. So you can't just get rid of the subscript. So what you have to do is use coefficients like you do in math to multiply. So if I were to put a 2 in that box, I'm now going to multiply 2 times 1 is now 2. And 2 times this one is now 2. So now our oxygen and on the reactant side is equal to the oxygen on the product side. So now we have to make sure that the magnesium also balances. So there's only 1 on the left side. So if I multiply that one by 2, 2 times 1 is 2. I now have equal numbers of each element. Now, what you can do, you don't have to do, but you can go back and put a 1 right here, and that way you have no empty boxes. Okay, so that is how you balance a chemical reaction, is you use coefficients. So let's try the next one. We have calcium plus oxygen yields calcium oxide. So again, start off, and how many do you have? You have 1 and you have 2 on that side. And on this side you have 1 and you have 1. All right, so your calciums are happy, but your oxygens are not. You have 2 oxygens on the left side, but you only have 1 over here. So you can start off by multiplying the whole equation, or the whole product, by 2. So now we have 2 times 1, that's 2. And then 2 times 1 again, that's 2. Whenever you put a coefficient in front, remember, when it's a molecule, you have to multiply it to everything. It's just like a rule in algebra. So now I come over here and I see that I've got 1 calcium here, where I have 2 over here, and I've got 2 oxygens here, and I have 2 here. So that means I need to multiply that calcium by 2. So 2 times 1 is 2. I'm going to put a 1 there, just so I don't have any blanks. And so now it's a happy equation. All right, the next one, we have N2 plus H2 yields NH3. So this is one of those ones where we have to think about whatever number I put in front of these, whatever coefficient I put, it's going to double it. Okay, so you have to kind of keep that in mind, because the subscript is 2. So always do your accounting first. So we have 2 nitrogens and 2 hydrogens. We have 1 nitrogen and 3 hydrogens over here. All right, so probably the easiest thing to do would be to double this side. So if I put, let's try black. So if I put a 2 coefficient here, then it's going to multiply each one of these atoms by 2. So 2 times 1 is 2. 2 times 3 is 6. There we go. All right, so now my nitrogens are balanced, my hydrogens are not. So what can I multiply by 2 to get 6? And if you said 3, you're correct. And then go ahead and put a 1 in that box, and that way you don't have any empty boxes. Okay, so now it's a happy reaction. So let me know if that helps, and I'll be doing some more videos shortly.